Hello everybody, I thought I would do a quick part 2 to the MIUI versus CM7, and just wanted to go into some of the features that you can do with CM7 and that you cannot do and with MIUI and vice versa. First thing is Cyanogen has a built-in overclocker, which you go into Menu, Settings, CyanogenMod Settings, and you go into Performance. Just hit OK. CPU Settings, and right here you'll see the list of frequencies. So this is built in to the mod to the ROM. So you can select whatever you want, 1.5, etc. I usually keep mine clocked at 1.2. And then these are the different governors. So that's something that's kind of cool that MIUI does not have native. MIUI does overclock to 1 gigahertz, so however fast or slow it is, it'll just clock it automatically. Another interesting thing that CM7 can do that MIUI cannot do is it does the color rendering. So again, it'll turn, so you can see how it's turned everything green. I use this a lot when I'm taking the public transit systems. It makes it a little bit harder for people to read. Like, let's see, I'll open up a browser. It's just harder for people to read something if they're sitting next to you. So it's kind of a nice little feature. It can also be accessed, obviously not through Midget. It would be CyanogenMod Settings, Interface, and then you would go into Render Effect. And so you can go into Amber, you can go into Fuchsia, so you can see that pink. You can go into a calibrated Nexus 1, so that's kind of for some power savings. It kind of adjusts the brightness and everything. And then they have like a nighttime setting. There's a lot of different interesting settings. If you keep it, again, at the regular, it's going to just really max out. And I think the notification bar is kind of interesting because you're able to, I'm just going to switch my networks here just by clicking that. So you can see here it's just going to switch to the 2G. So it's only going to use Edge network. So you can see it's disconnecting and then it'll reconnect into the Edge network. So that's really cool. Let's switch these out here a little bit. So MIUI has is by far the most customizable ROM, period. You can't really change much. Someone might say it kind of looks kind of similar to iOS, similar to the iPhone OS, but everything, you can literally change everything. You can change the font, you can change the wallpaper, the lock screen, God, I mean, you can root the themes, everything you can change. But one thing I'm going to show you that's really cool is called the 3D cube. So you just go into there. You saw how I got that. I went to the launcher settings, and it just kind of cubes. You can kind of see that nice little effect right there. So I don't know. It's kind of cool. So however many screens you have, it'll just kind of cube it over. So that is not a setting in Cyanogen. So again, you go to setting, Menu, Launcher Settings, and there's all these different ones. So you have sort of the page, and that, see how you have that kind of page. So that's the Classic is usually the quickest in terms of performance and not taxing your phone as much. And let's go into some of the other settings. Mary, do you want to help me, show me how to change the text?
Sure.
Just kind of, what would I do to do that?
Whoops. Go into settings and right in personal here, right where it says font beneath launcher. You'd go in there. Oh wait, that's just the size.
Yeah, so you can change the font size. That's kind of cool.
I'm trying to remember. One time I did this and I changed it to I think it was Chinese or something, and I didn't know what I was doing, so let's not make it a language that we can't read.
Yep, that was right. You go back to where you were, themes, and then go to customize at the very bottom. So okay, stop real quick. right here, this is what you can customize in MIUI. You can customize the lock screen, you can customize the home screen, the icons, the status bar, the font, the SMS, the dialer, the boot animation, the wallpaper. So check out this. You click on boot animation. Here's all these little boot animations. The current one you can see selected is the bottom right. There's a shit ton of boot animations you can do. So when you restart the phone, let's just restart it here real quick. I'm going to reboot, and you'll kind of pay attention to the right side. So MIUI is going to be rebooting here, and I'm going to go back to CM7. So viewers, if you could just pay attention to the right side, it's going to reboot. Right now I have the minimal theme set up, so if I wanted to change the wallpaper, I go to menu, settings, wallpaper, and then I have all these different themes. Let's see the boot screen for the MIUI. It'll probably make this little sound and do that. Again, on CM7 wallpapers, I have all these different themes installed, so I have the... Oop. So there you go. That's a boot screen with the sound. You can change that. It's really simple. It's a native setting, so you don't have to do anything really advanced in terms of like coding or programming or putting an image file in anywhere or going into the terminal. Nothing. You don't have to do anything like that. And there's literally hundreds and hundreds of images and little animations that you can change. So again, yeah. So if I wanted to change the wallpaper to say the honey bread theme. So I got all these different honey bread themes. I like this one, so I'll go apply, and you can see how I applied it. If I wanted to change an icon, let's move the history eraser program here. I click and hold on it. This is kind of interesting. This is a setting you're able to do in ADW launcher that comes with Cyanogen 7. Is I clicked hold on the icon, and then I clicked on edit. And then I click on that, the icon, and ADW theme packs. So I have all these different theme packs for the icon. So I'm going to go to ice cream sandwich, and I'm going to pick on the little ice cream guy so you can see how it changed the icon. I'm going to hit OK, and that's it. Now history eraser, it's the same app, but when I click on it, so you can see it's the same app, but it's the little ice cream sandwich. So I'm just going to delete that. If I wanted to change the theme, I would go to menu, settings, ADW launcher, and I would go to theme preferences. I can change the theme. So I'm going to go to honeycomb theme. I'm going to go to apply theme, and then I'm going to go back, and then it's going to kind of reboot the launcher, and then right away you can see the difference. Before I had kind of all those little folders. And everything was kind of black and white and minimal. That's the way I personally like my phone set up. And then again, see, there you go. So the folders, when they open up, they're going to be just the black background, like the honeycomb. The icons, as you can see, are all really pretty. And one last thing that I wanted to go into is to uninstall something on MIUI, or when you install something on MIUI, you're going to, if you go to the market and you install an app or whatever, however you install the app, it's going to be on your screen. So that's the other thing. If you don't want it on your screen, you have to put it in a folder. And if you don't want it on your phone anymore, you would have to click and then drag it here, and then it says, are you sure you want to uninstall the full version of whatever app, or are you sure you want to uninstall? And then if you want to uninstall it, you click yes. I'm not going to do that, but that's how you'd uninstall. So again, those are some of the differences of MIUI versus CM7. I hope this video helps. Try them both out. They're both really cool. And once again, check out the other videos on my vlogs. And if you have any comments or questions, definitely leave them in the box below. All right.